Hi. Let me tell you something about grounding, okay? So, last year, I would say last year, I was on my best behavior. I ground every day. Every afternoon, I would go out in my garden and I would just stand still, or sometimes I would roam around the garden barefoot for grounding, okay? And I would take my crystals out with me. And even in my blog, I have that time I was cooking. I was cooking and I'm like, okay, let me go have a ground break, It was very important to me and it kept myself collected. I wake up at 7 every morning. After I switch off my aircon, I would shower and I would go out and I would do my meditation every time. Like, my routine was top tier. And that's also what left impression to my family that she is serious. Oh my God, she is so different. She's good, she's on her best behavior, At first, they look at me like, girl, you quit your job. Start eyeing us like we're the bad one. That's what I did last time. I have been living that way with my routine, try to keep my peace together, That pretty much left positive impression to people around me, people who live with me. Like, oh my God, she's different. Like, she got it together. Like, she may not have job like other people, but she got it together. She have her own thing that she does, She has her own routine that she kept on track with, And then until one day, I've been doing this for quite a while, for almost 2 years, I would say, right? With my routine. And then I saw this one TikTok. Somebody said, sometimes you don't have to ground yourself every day. It's okay. When I saw that, I'm like, you know what? Maybe, yeah. Like I said, at first I was in isolation. After that one incident where I confronted everybody and everybody started making me feel bad, they make me look crazy because they literally say in my face that I'm crazy and I'm it. I was so sad, because oh my God, because I literally said no one trying to understand me in this house. I wasn't looking crazy like that. And they were like, what the fuck are you? Why are you? You're not like us, you're weird. You don't do whatever the fuck we do, you're weird. They're barking in my face like that. And I was super calm thanks to the grounding that I've been doing. I literally just calm. At first I was confronting them what the fuck did you say? Because I can't help but I can hear through the wall, What the fuck did you say? And then they start barking in my face. You're weird. You side eyes like you're any better. You're conceited. It's like I was just standing there, and I was like, yeah, because you're not trying to understand me. That's why you call me weird. That's why you call me crazy. It's like I still was talking calmly, Anyways, after that, what happened? I just left them because they continue barking in my face, and I'm like, I feel like, there's no point for me to say anything because you're not trying to understand. You're actually trying to be defensive and protect yourself while barking at me, like that. They constantly throw attacks at me like that, verbally, to make me feel bad about myself. So I'm like, what's the point for me standing here anymore, right? Like, this is not conversation. Let me leave, right? I look at my dad and I'm like, my dad was pretty chill. He's Libra sun. He's just sit there, it's like asking me, what is going on? And I'm like, you tell me. I was like, look at them. And I'm like, and I just laughed and I went in shower. The next day is my birthday, if I'm not mistaken, or next week is supposed to be my birthday. It was last year, if I'm not mistaken, when it happened. I went in shower, I was crying in that mirror and I'm like, damn. And the next thing you know, after that shower, okay, I went grounding, talk to myself, I reflect, talk to my spirit guides. And then I come in and do my thing as usual, as normal. Because I finally understand that, oh my God, they literally have this limitation above their head that won't allow them to try to understand anything different than whatever the fact that they can comprehend. So what's the point? There's no point. Sometimes I will have this thought that one day they will understand me, or one day they will be open to see the difference and learn from the difference. But I have been different all this while, right? And when I was brought into this earth, I'm the different one. I have no other fucking choice but to fucking open my mind, open my heart to learn. To me, in my views, they are different than me. I have to learn to understand their differences. But them, just because every fucking crowd in this world, the majority are dumbass NPCs like them. Majority are basic NPCs because the majority is on their side, so they mistaken that we don't need to understand the difference. We don't need to understand them, and then they make us feel alienated. They make us feel like minority. Back to the story, right? Wherever the far that I go, I'm the black sheep, but I have to understand the sheep because everybody around me is sheep. I have no fucking other choice but to understand the sheep. But the sheep won't understand the black sheep. The sheep will constantly attack us for being different, for make them feel like they're inadequate, like they're not enough, just because us existing. Anyways, coming back to the story, right? So after that incident, I think my dad said something to them, correct them. I came back to a text message from my sister, and then my mom started talk to me nicely again, like, hey, apologize to me for how they act, and ever since then I get along with my family again. And the moment I get along with my family, I get too comfortable. My energy have been collected on my own because I isolate myself, right? So the frequency stays like the way I curate it to be. Okay, I ground myself every day. I eat healthy. I drink 3 liters of water every day. Boom, 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 boom. You can't even see my face. My face was so clear. I didn't even use any cleanser and whatnot. I literally just washed my face with water, and I use Vaseline for moisturizer. That's amazing. I start to get along with my family, and then they start to shower me with all the abundance. It goes like this. I sleep early, I wake up early, and then I ground myself every day, and then I eat healthy, I drink healthy, and I even do exercises, and I even I no longer take caffeine and no longer drink whatever the fuck that I've been doing in my lifestyle last time. Yeah, that's how healthy I am. So I'm pretty much on track with everything. Everything feels light within me, And then I receive these downloads easily. I wasn't slacking at all. I meditate every night. I do sound healing every night too, I was on point, I was connecting with my higher self and my spirit guides, But over times, now that I start getting along with my family again, our frequency, our energy mix up. It's good because after all, I live in this earth. It's not meant to be in isolation, right? We have to go out there and mingle with people. After all, I feel like if I can contribute my energy to others, it goes like this, in my videos when I speak about level of thinking, okay, and even in tarot, in astrology house, 1, 2, 3 is about self. 4, 5, 6 is about exchanging energy with others. It's just bound to happen. If I just stay in isolation, which is 1, 2, 3, it means that what's the point of me being on earth? What's the point of me coming here, Like, what's the point? Right. This is the time where I ground myself, yes. But 4, 5, 6 is where I test my energy. Like, how firm is your ground when you start dealing with people, I start realizing this. My first reaction is I want to blame them. It's all because of you that I start taking caffeine again, because I start drinking matcha almost every day. It's because of you I start drinking caffeine and I start take sugar. Before this, I literally have no interest in sugar or dessert whatsoever, But yeah, it's because of you. At first that's my reaction. It's because of you that I start sleeping late again. It's because of you that I start waking up late again. It's because of you that I get too comfortable that I start lounging in the sofa behind me again. Because usually I just stay in my seat right here, make video every day, and the kind of downloads that I receive, the kind of clarity that I receive is so fucking clear. I can make podcasts every day. I make podcasts every day, post every day, last time that I stopped doing podcasts for a while. Because that's when I start getting along with my family. I start hanging out with them again. The energy kind of mix up. So the stage 4, 5, 6 is where I'm being tested. Like how grounded I am when I'm dealing with other people. In order for me to get to where I want to be, 8, 9, 10, I have to prove through this second stage, which is the 4, 5, 6, how I react, how I make use of energy, the energy exchange with others that I encounter. That's pretty much the result going to dictate what type of 8, 9, 10 kind of reality that I will reap for myself. I don't know if you're following me, but I'm gonna keep going. The 11, 12 is about faith. It's about your connection with God, after all. Overall energy. So yeah. At first, of course, the instinct is to blame others. Coming from wherever the background that I come from, we blame others. We don't take accountability. But then I start to understand things. I take accountability and be like, I can't be blaming others. I should be straighten my foundation instead. My commitment instead to myself, to what I believe in, to my growth. From peace, I start mingle with the chaos. The chaos start get to me. That's why I say, if you want to get with someone, make sure that somebody is going to improve you. You're not going to meddle with anything lower than whatever the fuck. Like, you're not going to meddle with anything that reminds you of your past, the past that you already outgrown, the cycle that you already outgrown. Because, bitch, the fuck, you're trying to become the old you? After all that work that I have done, the improvement that I've done, you expect me trying to become the old me? The fuck not. Fuck not, bitch. If anything, I want something that I've never experienced before that is better, It took me almost a year, to realize that I have stopped grounding. I need to go back to my routine, like old routine. Now it's eclipse season. I start realizing I've been fighting the chaos, been fighting the chaos to go back, because I have this awareness in me. I know damn well, the clarity in me know damn well that I needed that old routine. I feel healthier, I feel clear, I feel more peaceful when I was during that isolation. Whatever routine I do during the isolation, I want that experience back. I want that healthy self of me back. You can see I have all this acne right here. So I've been fighting the chaos. In order for me to strengthen my foundation again. So no matter what fucking people come around me, no matter what kind of people that I encounter, that I exchange my energy with, I make sure that my energy is so strong that if anything, they're the one who's going to be changed, not me. I'm gonna stay grounded in my clarity. The way how I react dealing with challenges come in my way right now is what going to dictate my destiny. Basically, the type of people that I attract. So I just gotta stay strong with myself. Ground my energy again, go back. Like I'm reclaiming back my power. I'm glad that I have this military mindset where I put myself in discipline. I confront myself. I force myself to be in discipline, to be better. It's good that I used to join military camp and all that. It gave me the idea to actually force myself. Wake up! Take cold shower every morning for your blood circulation to activate. Drink water. I don't care whether you like it or not. Drink water. Make your bed. Open the fucking curtain. You need light, bitch. Exactly. That's what I put myself through. And I'm glad that I did that. Get the fuck out, whether you like it or not. Whether the outside, you don't like how the outside looks like, you gotta go out there. and ground yourself. Yeah, that's exactly what I did to myself. Best believe that's what I'm gonna do to my kids as well. I appreciated those days that I put myself through, because now that I become slacking a little bit, I can knock some sense to me and tell myself that, girl, do you remember how you feel like last time when you were disciplined? Yeah, but go back to that routine now. I don't care whether you like it or not. That's how I treat myself, basically. Anything that makes myself feel better, anything that makes myself feel clear, anything that makes myself feel productive, that makes myself feel like growing, I love transformation, I love growth. I don't like stagnancy. Stagnancy bored the fuck out of me. Let me flex a little bit. My grandpa was in military. My uncle, my father's brother, is in the military. My father has a great discipline as well. He's the type of person who wake up early in the morning. Like, he never slept in, He'll always wake up early in the morning. He's good with his routine, basically. My mom too. Like, I've been raised in a family. Like, it's good that I'm at home, because when I see how disciplined my parents is, you see, they're so disciplined, but they don't really discipline us, so we spoil, So it's good that I tell myself, I self-willingly wanting to adapt the great values, Can't help but if I'm to compare to my siblings, I'm the one who following my parents' path, the good side of them path, I'm following their discipline path. Isn't it good? It's good. I love that about myself. After all, I have been grounding myself. I'm getting back to my old routine. Somehow, something about grounding, it keeps me on track. It makes me feel like I need to be productive. It's good. It's good energy. Like I said, I have been grounding myself for every day. And then one time I saw TikTok, somebody says like, sometimes it's not necessarily that you have to ground yourself every day. Just a stranger who trying to justify their slacking. Whatever the fucking reason they have for themselves when they say that, right? And I was like, you know what? Let me test that. Yeah, I like to test water. Like, I already gained the stability that I have been working for, and then I dare to test the water. Just like that, I start lacking the discipline that I already built after quite long. You have to be careful whatever the fuck that you see online. I'm telling myself that I have to be careful whatever the fuck that I see online, because damn, these people be making excuses for whatever the fuck that they want to justify about their behaviors, and I can't be applying that to myself. Yeah, well, fuck around and find out. I found out already that it's best for me to ground myself every day. I see you again next time.